Set yourself up in your 20s, man. Seriously, like why would you wait till your 30s or 40s? Why would you spend your 20s chasing girls or sitting around playing video games doing nothing with your life? What are you doing with yourself in your 20s? You should be asking yourself. I mean, if you're a 23-year-old watching this right now and going, yeah, I don't really have a plan, what are you going to do? Are you going to be a scientist, an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, somebody that needs some sort of degree? Okay, cool. Go to school and do that. The beauty of the simplicity is not inviting crazy in your life. Who cares why it's crazy? Who cares why that shit is there? Who cares what breed that is? Who cares what relationship that breed has with its owner? How old that dog is? What it had for dinner? It doesn't matter. It's shit. You just walk around it. You just keep moving and you walk around it and you set it aside. The problem is too many guys today, especially when it comes to personal relationships, invite nightmares in their life. I had a bunch of private conversations with a whole bunch of guys over the last few days, and a lot of it went around, the wham.
This is a silly story, but imagine you're a woman who is so confident in her appearance that she's insulted when everyday average guys come up to her and talk to her. Imagine she's thinking, I can't believe normal men are talking to me, so beautiful and attractive. Now, even if you're a model and all that, still being this full of yourself, you write a letter into a health article to ask for actual help about fixing this. She's so full of herself that she seeks assistance. Sometimes life is just too funny. Okay, we'll read her article. So this woman writes, why do average-looking men think they have a chance with me? You know how beautiful someone can be on the outside, but imagine how ugly she is on the inside. I have a feeling this is the type of woman who treats their WAMP waiters and waitresses poorly, as well as their bartender. I am an attractive, intelligent woman in my mid-30s. I've worked as a successful commercial model for 15 years. I have a master's degree, and I have an above-average IQ. She writes in her story, I'm in fantastic shape, and I don't come across as modest or erotically conservative. I share bikini selfies. To be honest, if you met this woman and she was attracted to you, she could never love you because she loves herself far too much to include you in her life. She continues, I get a lot of emotional and intellectual fulfillment from my relationships with friends and family. When it comes to dating, my main goal is to find partners who both physically and emotionally excite me. For reasons I don't understand, I no longer attract these men. If you are a really hot woman, you can sleep with really hot guys, which is not surprising if you have all of the above qualities. But the problem is that you have to find those attractive men, which is difficult because many of them are probably already out sleeping with pretty women. Furthermore, if you're looking for a guy your age or younger who is also incredibly attractive, guess who he's having an intimate relationship with? A 23-year-old, not 30 mid-30. It's called the Wall 35. Older men have options. A 35 to 50-year-old guy who is good-looking, active, intelligent, and so on will casually date 20-somethings rather than women in their 30s. I just read an article about how women want to date men who are more intellectually challenging, smarter, and interesting. So they'll date older men because, while they still want attractive men, they also want men who can teach them something and be a mentor, as well as a lover. She says, I no longer pursue these men. The men who approach me and ask me out are of average or below average appearance. These men are everything I want in a friend, but not what I want in a dating partner. Why is this the case? Because they're not particularly attractive, as she's grown accustomed to. My take is that they think my academic interests and interest in elevated conversation will make me fall for them despite an obvious attractiveness gap, she says. Here's the thing, very successful popular men who aren't particularly attractive also attract very beautiful women, as exampled by David Spade, but she doesn't believe it. She's offended because these aren't the super hot guys she's used to. When women reach their mid-30s, they realize it's time to settle down and find Mr. Right. There's no hope left by the age of 48. That's how the sands of time work with looks and women. And it's not fair, but it's biology. You get the wrinkles and some parts stag a little. But the really attractive list guys who are super catches can keep getting the 20s and 30s, which men can do, but women, well, it's not fair. It works the same way for men in case of money. She says that if I were looking for a marriage or someone to start a family, I could still think of that average guy, but I am not. I'm looking for hot intimacy with semi-committed long-term partners. It may sound strange, but the constant attention from average-looking guys has recently begun to erode my self-esteem. What can I do to attract the type of man I want to date? And how can I stop feeling insecure about the type of attention I'm receiving? It's shitty how she thinks of average guys as beta males. I'm just sorry for her because the truth is that she bases her self-worth on her appearance. She's intelligent, she's in good shape, but she believes she deserves the best of the best men. However, the men she is interested in can get any woman they want. So when they go onto it, they set the range between 22 and 26. She could probably get a very good guy, but if you think he's an 8, is probably average, and your head is in the clouds, you're out of luck. You can't expect hot guys to play with you forever, and their father time keeps ticking, making things worse for her. Remember, the wall is undefeated. You have to be realistic with yourself and adjust, because if you don't, you'll be crushed later in life. Don't forget to hit the like button to help spread the word about this video. Thank you for taking your daily dose of red pills, and remember that a red pill a day keeps bad poker hands away. So have a good rest of your day and cheers.